Ready?
Hey everyone! Yes! Here. Everyone is a panelist, by the way, or at least so we can see your faces.
Yes. We couldn't be in an auditorium, so we thought we would like to see everyone, and you can see us.
Yes. Everything's perfect.
All right. Yeah. Throughout this whole presentation, like, use the chat, like, hype each other up, like, get us excited. We'll get you excited. This week is going to be a blast.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, surely, thank you guys so much for being here already. I mean, we got tons of people rolling in, so we're just gonna get started in just a second.
Yes. Woo.
You are muted, guys. Laura,
Yeah.
Laura, Amadeus, you're muted.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. We're so excited. Okay, everybody. It's time.
All right, everyone. We have a very important announcement.
Grab your popcorn, gather your teammates, and count down with us.
Startup 2022 begins in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, okay, never mind.
All right.
That was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. Excellent.
All right. Well,
Welcome to Startup 2022.
We are so excited to kick off Startup 22 with all of you this year.
Oh my gosh. 277 people plus more, right?
Oh my gosh. No, I think we're around like 350 maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With everyone combined. That is insane.
That's
Thank you
nuts.
all for being here. Well, before we get started, I want you guys to blow up the chat. Who has participated in Startup before?
Yes.
Drop your team names in the chat. We love to see those design muscles flexed.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, oh my gosh,
Oh.
I recognize Pound Cake.
Yes.
Yes, winners
Ooh.
last year.
50.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Elite Plus. Yes, we know you well. Oh my gosh. So many familiar faces.
Okay.
But now let's make some noise in the chat for the people participating in Startup for the first time. Drop your team name. Take initiative. You guys are the future world changers, but who knows? That could start right here, right now.
Oh my gosh, so many people first time. This is so exciting. But another question. All right. Can everyone drop their favorite letter in the chat? One letter. Okay, okay.
Ooh, A.
People are catching. Oh, I saw an L.
Oh. Well, sorry. If it's not W, you might want to leave now. We only take dubs here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, people are catching on.
Yes.
All right, guys. For real, let's get started.
If you don't know who we are, it's time to learn because there will be a quiz. I'm Amadeus. I'm a sophomore UX designer.
And I'm Laura. I'm a junior UX designer.
And we are your Startup 2022 hosts. We've been working since summer to get Startup up and running. And we're so glad that it's finally here.
Without our amazing sponsors, none of this could have happened. So we wanted to make sure that you all know how incredible and awesome and cool that they are. Can we have a big round of Zoom applause this year for SEDA and Gulfstream?
Yes.
And a very big special second shout out to SEDA, our loyal signature sponsor. Located right here in Savannah, SEDA helps both the Savannah and SCAD community tremendously. We have Jen Bonnett here, VP of SEDA, to run through some amazing opportunities them and the Creative Coast have to offer you guys. So take it away, Jen.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here today. I think this is my 4th SCAD Startup Week. Woo! And it's just so much fun. And it's I do wish we were in person. I have to say, I do wish we were in person, but maybe next year. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do and why I'm here and why we sponsor this amazing event. So I'm the VP of Innovation and Entrepreneurship for the Savannah Economic Development Authority. We're about creating great jobs in Savannah, Georgia. And so my job is to recruit really cool, creative technology companies to relocate to Savannah so that you all can get jobs locally when you graduate. But I also support entrepreneurship. So this is really key to me. It's like, I want you to pursue entrepreneurial careers in the future, whether you do it right now, when you do it right when you graduate, or whether you do it in the future. I want you to know that there's a support system here in Savannah to support you on that initiative. I've done a number of startups myself, 7 actually. I've raised some money to launch those companies, and there's no better type of work to put your life into. So I'm a huge fan of startups. I'm a huge fan of SCAD and the types of careers that you all are skills that you're learning and the careers that you're going to have in your future. And I want you to know that SEDA is here to support you on your entrepreneur journey. And we're working hard for those that don't want to be entrepreneurs, but maybe want to be intrapreneurs, to bring really cool companies here that you can work for. And in the last 3 years alone, I've moved about 12 companies here, just so you know. You don't hear a lot about them, and they're pretty small, but they're pretty cool. Cybersecurity, software as a service companies, working on a VR company right now, so stay tuned. But yeah, so just really glad to be here, really excited. I will be with you several times throughout the week, so you'll get to know me a little bit more, and I really look forward to what you all can create this week. Thanks.
Thank you, Jen. Yes. Thank you, Jen, for everything you've done for us. We really appreciate it. And we also want to say thank you to our team in reverse alphabetical order. First of all, can we get a big round of applause for our amazing motion media duo? You saw their work at the start. Banks and Shivani. And this is all them. Crazy stuff.
Next is our web developer team, Matt and Varun. If you love our website as much as we do, give them a pat on the back. They plugged in and coded everything.
Yes. And then our stacked visual team with Seth, Amanda, Arjun, Pranshu, and Ella. Absolutely killing it with the incredible designs that you've been seeing all across Instagram, the website, and the merch. Dropping soon.
Andrew and Savannah, special shout out. You guys are our lifeline and logistical heroes. We physically could not be here without you.
So true. And then Aparna for being the loveliest person of all time and giving us all of our mentors. Yes.
And Quint, where do we begin? God is a designer, and that designer is you. He's tall, wears his Apple Watch with pride, and organized the biggest and most epic student-led workshop series that SCAD has ever seen.
Yeah.
All right.
Then our SCAD Pro team, Josh and Brianna, two of the world's best coaches. We are so grateful that we get to talk to you every week for the past couple of months. You guys inspire us.
Woo! And last but definitely not least, Jeannie, you are StartUp's biggest supporter since the day that we met. And you believed that we could do anything, and you made us believe it too.
Yeah. And thank you to our judges and mentors for being responsive and making time for this amazing opportunity.
Yeah. All right. School's in session. It's time for a history lesson.
Let me take you back to 7 years ago when Grammy Award-winning artist Adele Laurie Blue Adkins released her famous all-time chart-topping hit, Hello. This is when StartUp was born. Created in the Hong Kong campus, StartUp took root, fascinating majors across the board with students and professors alike.
Now, 7 years later, StartUp is still growing across all campuses with more majors, more students, more companies every single year. StartUp is a week-long design competition run by the Flux UX group in collaboration with SCAD Pro, where you and your team get 1 week to create an amazing portfolio piece. And the best part, we have a ton of cash prizes up for grabs this year, which will all be revealed very soon.
And if you like the sound of that, well, you should definitely check out the Flux Club, where we hold 24-hour design challenges, workshops, and more to help you learn lifelong design skills. And learning to apply these skills can be a real test at times too. SCAD Pro gives us amazing opportunities to work with real companies to solve real problems. Give them a peek next week at their unveiling.
Woo! All right. Amadeus, you know what I love more than anything in this world?
Pizza?
Close second, but math and numbers. So we have a quick math question for y'all. What is 15 plus 16 times 3? First person to get it. Oh, not 4.
20?
I think we had to take a math class in SCAD. I know it's an art school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I'm seeing some right answers. I think some people may be cheating because the
Ooh.
answers are in the chat.
Yeah.
But 93?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at you, all so smart. That is the correct answer, and that is how many teams we have this year. Woo! This is a new startup record. Y'all made history this year. And within those 93 teams, we have over 368 participants, 35 majors, featuring 78 industry professionals from 40 plus companies.
Now it's time for you all to show off. Drop your majors, drop your years.
Yes.
Get your LinkedIn's in there, add me, connect, you know.
Yes. UX senior advertising,
Yes.
IDGM, interior film.
Graphics.
Yes. All right. Do we have freshmen in this chat?
Oh, you gotta
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo!
Wow. Oh, I saw LinkedIn. That went right.
Yes, drop us LinkedIn. Follow me on Instagram at lfetters.
Yes.
All right. Do you know what time it is?
Quiz time.
Ah, pop quiz. We weren't lying. All or nothing. What are our names? I know it's super hard. Really, really challenging one here.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, dang. I'm not.
Zara. Oh no,
Talent.
I wish. I wish.
Hmm.
All right. I think some people are cheating again because answers are in the chat, but for future reference, Laura Amadeus.
Yeah.
All right. So you all proved to be geniuses once again, or at least most of you, but y'all will get there. So it looks like there's going to be some really tough competition this week.
Yeah. And we suggest if you really want to stand out, take a notebook out and be ready to take some notes. There's important information ahead. First things first, if you have any questions this week, here's what you do. Check the website, scadstartup.com. All of the information, the most important stuff is on here. If it's not there, then ask away on our Instagram. Usually we have people manning it. We'll DM you right back. If you're still lost, go ahead, send one of us an email, lfetter21 or ecamer23, you know the deal. And if you're still lost, you probably forgot to take notes.
So everyone got a pen and paper out? All right. So let's dive into this week's schedule. So today is the first day of startup. Whoop, whoop. After this kickoff, we have multiple workshops and sessions that you can attend. All you have to do is go to scadstartup.com/sessions to sign up. And we'll talk more about this really soon. Also today, we have an amazing panel where we get to talk to 4 alumni entrepreneurs for tips and tricks about going from a college SCAD student to an entrepreneur changing the world. Tune in for some inspiration and motivation to get through this week.
The next important dates to remember are February 8th or February 9th. This is mandatory midpoint checks. Midpoint check is when your team presents what you have so far to multiple mentors to get feedback and guidance. It's not as intimidating as it sounds. They're here to help you improve your project so you blow away the judges during semifinals. We'll email your team with your unique midpoint Zoom link and time following kickoff.
Got that? You will get an email, so don't worry. All right, the next big date is next week, February 11th, 1 week from today. Semifinal pitches are happening. This is when you present your 4-minute pitch, no more, to the judges in the industry and answer their questions in a 4-minute Q&A session following.
Fast forward to later that day, we all gather back for finals, where the top 5 teams will be announced and present on the spot. So be present and be ready. You won't know you are a finalist until we call your name. If we call your team name and you aren't there, well, you might have missed out on winning big.
All right. Now, I know this may sound a bit intimidating, especially if you've never designed a project this big or this fast, or maybe you haven't really explored your major yet. That is totally okay. We've both been in your shoes and we are here to help. So throughout this week, we have over 20 design-focused workshops for you to attend and learn a new skill. We would love to reintroduce our Quint Bailey.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited to talk about what we're doing with sessions this year. In the past, sessions were 20-minute workshops on design thinking basics, like how to use Figma to make a prototype. This was great for people who wanted to get up and running quickly, but it was over too fast and it didn't dive deep enough. It seemed we were in more of a rush to get to the sessions than we were actually learning. So this year, we're doing something different. Instead of 5 sessions on launch day, we've organized 22 different sessions throughout the whole week that cover every aspect of product design. We have sessions for visual design, industrial design, game design, and coding, storytelling and presenting your work, and more. And for those of you who aren't familiar with design thinking, or it's your first time doing startup, don't worry, we didn't forget about you. We have a 4-session series called Basics that walks you through the process from research to synthesis to ideation and prototyping. These sessions are fantastic for anyone who's doing startup for the first time or wants to learn more about design thinking. And it's not just the basic sessions that are approachable. These sessions start from the ground up. They're designed for newcomers and progressively get more advanced as the week goes on. Freshmen, if you're tired of those fundamentals classes and want to spice things up, this is a great way to get a head start on learning the basics of your major. For startup veterans, it's the best way to learn a new skill, explore a hobby, or test out a potential minor. Here's a couple of my favorites we're hosting throughout the week. Later today, we have Organize Your Team. If you want to make the most of your time and work as efficiently as possible this week, you'll want to attend this session. We'll show you how to take advantage of the skills you have on your team and organize your workflow for maximum output. Some of you have only just met each other recently. I definitely recommend signing up for this session if you're on a new team. There's also one I'm teaching called Gestalt, Rules for Design. This one is for those of you who struggle with graphic design. We'll walk you through the 4 axioms and 9 principles of Gestalt so that you can start designing things that look great. These guidelines help you hack visual aesthetics on a psychological level. If you're one of those people who feels like they just don't get graphic design, this session is for you. Later in the week, we have Intro to Immersive Reality, which sounds cool just to say, but it's also a great session. We've put together a project template for you so that all you have to do is drop in an image file and a 3D object, and it makes that object show up on the image in AR. This is a session for anyone who wants to get started with immersive reality and prepare for our oncoming metaverse overlords. If you want to learn how to 3D print something, there's a whole series on physical product design, starting at ideation, then modeling that product in 3D, rendering it so that it looks nice in your presentations, and then physically making it. In that last session, Make a Real Thing, you'll learn the basics of fabrication with 3D printing and how to take a 3D model and make it into a real thing that you can touch and hold. We also have 2 experts from Adobe coming out to teach their products. One on making bonkers good renders with the Adobe Substance 3D suite, and another on prototyping apps with Adobe XD. Huge thanks to Adobe for helping us out this week. This is also the first year we have a deliverable for a 30-second video about your project. So in the Film Your Project session, we'll go over camera fundamentals and put your skills to the test with an activity where you finish a 30-second example video we've started for you. And of course, on the last day of sessions, we have the experts of explanation, the people of presence, our very own SCAD AMP, here to teach you how to design your slideshow and tell your story. One of the biggest things we see time and time again is that participants focus on what their solution is instead of why they made their solution. And these sessions will level up your ability to communicate in a way that moves our judges. Our first basic session, Intro to Double Diamond in Conducting Research, starts right after kickoff online at 11:30. If you're a veteran, we also have Unreal, first launch at the same time, which shows you how to use Unreal Engine and get a pretty good working prototype going. Later in the day today, we also have a session on business models, which is great if you've never made one of those before. It'll walk you through that whole process, especially because it's a deliverable. And finally, the Organizing Your Team one I mentioned earlier. In terms of logistics, because I know there's already a few people who have asked us in chat, we are having a virtual option for every single session. So you can attend every session from somewhere crazy, like the vents of the shed if you want to. And a recording of each session will be available within a day of the session ending. Most sessions are available in person and you can register for those on the website, but please do so quickly because on-ground space is limited and we already have a few participants for each session. I hope you enjoy session this year. We've worked really hard with so many clubs across SCAD to bring you sessions that are useful, approachable, and fun. And we can't wait to see what you make with the skills you learned this week. Go make something new. Back to you, Amadeus.
Yes. He does have his Apple Watch on, by the way. And finally, before we get to our secret theme, we want to let you in on a secret startup superpower, not so secret, that everyone can take advantage of: mentors. If you signed up for a mentor, you should have gotten an email with your team and assigned mentor. These mentors are industry professionals taking time out of their busy week to help you with your project. In fact, most of them said that they would be willing to provide interviews, portfolio reviews, and connections if their team reaches out and forms a real bond.
It's that easy. If you haven't reached out to your mentor yet, do that as soon as kickoff is over. Send them an email, introduce yourself, your team. They're people just like us, no need to be nervous. But now we would love to introduce Aparna and Professor McPhillips, our outreach leads, to talk about some common mentor question and answers.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
What's up?
So before we get into the Q&A part of things, I want to talk you through a little bit about my story. And this is my senior now, but last time during this time when I was a junior, I was stressed. I was running around trying to see how I could improve my portfolio and, trying to see what my chances of getting an internship are. And at this point, I'd applied to over 100 companies and I was still actively applying. My friends were in a similar situation.
That's a lot of companies. You go, girl.
My friends were in a similar situation though, but it seemed like they already had gotten at least an interview or, something like that. And it kind of left me feeling a little bit hopeless.
There was no love for Aparna.
Oh no.
No love.
But then I started reaching out to designers from the industry. And I didn't go into these meetings expecting them to give me a job offer, but I was looking for some guidance as to what I should do. And I was lucky enough to hear back from one senior designer. I asked them if I could jump on a call and they said yes. But then I was scared because I've never talked to an industry professional before. I don't know how to.
Who are these people? And what do they do? How do they speak?
Should I be professional? Should I be honest? And the answer was yes. Be professional, be honest, and let your enthusiasm for your work drive that conversation. And to my surprise, by just reaching out, I was able to open up this whole new world. My mentor connected me with people in the industry and eventually did get an internship, but only because they helped me understand the different industry perspectives. And here's the kicker. I still talk to them. In fact, they're also invited to be a mentor at StartUp today. And they're so excited about any career-related development stuff I have to share with them. My mentor to some degree is a friend of mine, and I'm so grateful that they continue to be there for me. And at StartUp 2022 this year, we have over 50 plus mentors from the industry. To me, that is the biggest win. And so we have some questions that you want to answer. So Professor McPhillips, do you have any questions?
Oh, yeah. Actually, you're probably wondering if you can even talk to mentors if my team doesn't have anything yet.
So of course, mentors are here for you. No matter how small your question is, they are a fantastic resource for knowledge and education. Just remember that they were in your shoes once, but remember to ask nicely. Here's my suggestion. I would see if the mentors will be willing to set up 2 Zoom calls with you, one before the midpoint check. This will help the mentors give feedback over your problem space and of some of the research that you might be doing. The second time would be to help solidify your pitch after the midpoint. And when you do reach out to them, make sure that you're giving them enough time to respond. Schedule your meetings ahead of time. Don't just, ask them, hey, do you available for a meeting right now?
Yeah, they're a little different because they have a work life. So they have to be organized with a calendar and a schedule, kind of like how you guys deal with your professors. Very similar. Don't text them at midnight or anything like that. Yeah.
So how should I contact my mentor? Well, we included your mentor's preferred form of contact, whether that be email or call or text in your pairing email. Send them a message introducing your names, your majors, yours, fun facts, and how they should get back to you, and they would be just as excited to do.
Okay, I just want to add. So I'm going to just make this simple. Aparna has done an amazing job of describing her experience because she's been successful. So, success leaves clues. Here's the thing, 3 simple things to remember: connect, communicate, collaborate. Okay, so connect the way she said. Also, don't forget to connect on LinkedIn. You guys got to start building your network. All right, communicate, like she said. Make sure you guys set up a plan, a communication plan. When you're working in teams, you always have a communication plan. Very similar, because these people they have schedules. They love helping, but they have to fit you into their schedule. And collaborate with them on your ideas, because they love the passion. They feed off of that. They want to be you. So trust the process.
Well, what now? Well, the second this presentation is over, go and reach out to your mentors. You will find that information in your pairing emails that we sent out last night. Just remember, be professional and honest.
Yes, connect, communicate, collaborate. All right, let's keep it simple. All right, guys. Have a great time. Good luck. Thank you, Aparna. You rock.
Next, collaborate, communicate.
Next, communicate, collaborate. 3 C's.
The 3 C's. Excellent. Now it's finally time.
All right. I think this is what you all have been waiting for.
Yes.
Deep breath.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We want you to reflect on the past 20 years. History lives and breathes in every moment of our lives. 2002, 20 years ago, showed us perseverance and new beginnings, hope and innovation, and for many of us, the beginnings of our childhood. The euro entered circulation, creating a global impact, setting off the path for a more connected globe.
Facebook took the world by storm in 2004, changing the way we interact with the internet forever.
The iPhone, released in 2007, forged a new path for tech, and with a single pitch, created change.
But before long, hardship gripped the world again with the Great Recession in 2008. But even in the darkest times, bonds grew stronger.
4 years later, a year of discovery emerged. In 2012, the God particle was found in a lab, shrinking our universe ever so slightly as we began to understand just a little more. We watched also as our favorite explorer, Curiosity, landed on Mars, entering an entirely new world.
And then fear held our hearts again as we watched Ebola hit 2014. But again, we worked through it. And in 2015, only 7 years ago, were same-sex couples constitutionally allowed to marry in the US. And our universe shrank a little smaller as NASA flew by Pluto, 3 billion miles from Earth.
In the years that followed, the years we remember, our lives have changed a lot. We've learned there are no constants except for change.
As you can see, we've come a long way, but we still have a ways to go. We are the future. So our challenge for you is to design for the ways that the world changes.
For the way that culture shifts.
We want you to design for the theme,
Where do we go from here? And if it isn't clear, this is the theme. So
Yes.
this is the
Write
theme.
it down.
Like we said, the only constant we know is change. How can you make a change in your world? How will you leave an impact? Help a generation, impact one's outlook on life.
Now I would like to introduce Jocelyn to kickstart our imagination.
Hey, everybody. My name's Josh. I work with SCAD Pro. So I'm the Executive Director of Strategic Enterprises for SCAD. And I love what I do here. I love it. And I have to say that this group and this event is probably my favorite event of the year. Actually, it is my favorite event of the year by far, because I see in action what I'm here to do. My goal in being a part of SCAD and being a part of SCAD Pro is to cultivate and generate energy for future leaders. And this team has owned this event every year. They do every detail, from fundraising to getting mentors to organizing a team that is making the website, branding, and doing student outreach. I am so proud to see our students in action. You all have done a fantastic job. So for those of you who have never participated in SCAD Pro before, SCAD Pro is SCAD's in-house innovation studio. We work with big companies and help them think about what the future could and should look like. And so in the chat, if anyone has done SCAD Pro, I want to know who you worked with. And if you haven't done SCAD Pro yet, but you know who you want us to be lining up so you can work with them, I want to hear that in the chat too, because we will go at them and we will try to get them here so that you can work with them whenever you get your chance to do your SCAD Pro. So one other thing I'll say is I told a little bit, for those of you who participated last year, I told Lara's story. And she had a great story. And I want to say a little bit about it again, is as a freshman, she came in and competed in a team. It was her first time. They were scared, they were nervous, and they ended up winning the fan favorite. And the thing that was notable about Lara is when she won that award, their whole team cried, by the way. They were so excited. They won a bunch of money. And she said something special. She said, someday I'm going to be leader on that stage. I'm going to be leading this event someday. And not only did she do that, she did it the next year. And then she did it again this year. And I want to say that I'm hoping that there are a couple more that say that this year. I hope that there's someone who says, I want to be Amadeus next year. I want to be Lara next year. And we're also hoping for that across locations. So we want that in Savannah for sure. We want that in Atlanta for sure. We want that in Lacoste. We want that on SCAD now. So we're looking for leaders here, and we are looking at how you perform throughout this. So the thing that I want to encourage you in is this is a big prompt. And for those of you who have done SCAD Pro before, you know that it's oftentimes you get a big prompt that doesn't really have a defined path for you to take. And it's hard and scary. And we have to guide students who are walking through the hallways who say to us, when is someone going to tell us what they want? And my favorite thing to share with these young leaders is other people don't know what they want. They're looking for you to tell them what they need to hear. And this is another one of those moments. The team started looking at how the initial question was, how did we get here? That was the question that they were thinking about. From the past to now, how did we get here? And they transitioned the prompt to where do we go from here? What does the future look like? But you've got to play off of both of these. And I want to encourage you all to not just think about opportunity. Make it personal. I've heard some people in the chat saying, make it personal. I believe that. And I knew about this prompt, and I've known about it for months, actually. We've been keeping it a secret, waiting for this exact moment. And I asked some of the people on the organizing team who can't participate, I said, what do you expect that people are going to do? What would you do with the prompt of where do we go from here? It's kind of broad. And I heard someone say immediately, they said, well, when I was younger, my dad was overseas. He was a military dad. And my mom struggled because she was simply trying to figure out how to buy milk. She was worried about paying for basic expenses. I'd really like to make a service for military spouses. I thought that was interesting. Someone else said, I've always been around urban sprawl. A lot of my childhood was stuck in a car. I think I'd want to make a product for kids who are in waiting. Thought that was interesting. I heard someone else say, you know, in my past, I've always been trying to help connect with family, especially through illness and the challenges of not being able to see someone in person. I think I'd want to make a product about overcoming limitations to connect, even when there's walls to break down. Someone else said, my dad lost his job this past year. My mom had to go back to work, and I've really struggled with anxiety, specifically around money. I think I'd really like to make a service around financial literacy. So I thought these were interesting. In every single case, someone went back and they said, I've experienced a problem. I've experienced something that was really painful. And I would encourage every one of you who's participating to go there, to go to something that's not just an opportunity, but something that is actually a problem or a pain. And then I'd encourage you to go out and find people who have experienced that same challenge, that same uncertainty, that same problem. Go out and talk to humans over this next week. I know it's challenging. I know there's barriers, but we have so many tools. Everything from walking out into your park in Atlanta, or walking out to the park in Savannah if you're there, or walking out to the park wherever you are. And talk to people, find people, call people, connect online. So talk to people. Before you get to the vision part, the fun part, deal in the pain and the problem part and talk to people. And then every one of you is going to get this question. This has happened every single year, and somehow we're always surprised, is the mentors and the judges have one common question for all SCAD students. They ask, who's paying for this? Who's paying for this? Yes, you might want to start a service that helps someone, or a way to connect with people, and what we've had our mentors say in the past is this doesn't even sound like a nonprofit. It sounds like a no profit. It sounds like an idea. And your judges are going to be asking you, who's paying for this? And I know it's tempting to say, we're gonna get a grant and some big company is gonna really feel our vision and get that. That is very rare. Usually the right answer is we have a customer and we know their needs and their worries and their wishes and their hopes and their dreams, and they'd be willing to pay this much for it. And I want all of you to be prepared for that question. Who's paying for this? We're getting some good chat in the comment section, by the way, so check those out. So when you think about a service for military spouses, who's paying for that? When you think a product for kids dealing with urban sprawl, who's paying for that? Overcoming limitations to connect with family through illness. There are many ways to do this and to turn this into a business. I want you all to think about that. So as you go out in this big, broad, foggy challenge of where do we go from here, you can think about so many things, from transportation to human connection to policy to the financial industry and beyond. I mean, anything you can think of is possible, but make sure that it's focused on someone, even better if it's you or someone you know really well, who has experienced this pain or problem, and you found other people who have as well. Talk to humans before you get to the vision. And when you get to the vision, go all out. And be ready in your back pocket when a judge says, who's paying for this? Hopefully you've already told them so that question doesn't come up, but be ready. Be ready. And you have a resource that can help you answer this question, because a lot of you have never had to answer this question before. So do you know who can, in some cases, is your mentor, the one that you're connecting and communicating and collaborating with. They can help you with this, and go to them and be vulnerable and say, hey, struggling. I don't understand my business model. I need help. I'm not sure who's going to pay for this. I think that my customer will pay this much, but I need to get some feedback. What else can I do to prove this? Reach out to them early and often. They want to help you. They want to see you, and they love it when they see you learn. And that's what this is for. And by the way, I asked Laura and Amadeus and the entire team, why are you doing this? And they said, the real reason we're doing this is we want to create opportunities for our classmates. We want our colleagues around SCAD to get jobs, great jobs. And we really think that connecting them with industry is the way to do that. So this week, good luck. Take advantage of the resources that you can. We know time management is going to be a concern here. So do the best you can, be good to yourself, eat, sleep. You're here for a reason, and you're all going to do great work. And I can't wait to see what you all dream up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Josh.
Yeah.
Wise words.
And like he said, eat, drink water, sleep.
Yes.
All right.
You can't be you if you're hungry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now for the nitty gritty. What do we do? What are the deliverables? We hear your cries for help, but no fear. Your qualms will be unqualmed.
All right. StartUp has 4 deliverables. First being the slide deck. Each team will have a 4-minute pitch. No longer. We will cut you off. 401, 402, nope, 4 minutes. And no pitch is perfect without your presentation. We all know the naming convention at SCAD is a bit hard to remember. So we'll make it easy for you. All you have to do is save your presentation with your team name _2022.pdf. If you don't remember this, take a screenshot, but we'll also send it out in an email.
Yes.
Next is the business model. So Josh talked a lot about this. This is how we keep our projects real. So here is the template for the business model. Take a screenshot, but don't worry, if you can't take a screenshot, we'll be sending it out in an email soon. And if you don't know how to fill this out, no worries. Quint has a workshop lined up for that.
Yes.
We highly suggest you go to that because this is a deliverable.
Yes. Next, this year, we want to make sure every idea, every story is heard. Pitch your idea, create a vision video, make an impactful story in a 30-second video. These will be posted on the @SCAD Startup Instagram Reels on Friday, so all of SCAD can see and hear your hard work from this week. Take note, the 30-second video will be how people vote for fan favorite this year. In order to post them on Instagram with enough time, we need you guys to turn this video in on Thursday at 5 p.m. If you don't have your video by then, we don't really have a guarantee that it'll be posted in time. So just make sure that we get it before 5 p.m. on Thursday.
All right, everyone in the chat, when is that due? Thursday at 5 p.m. All right. All right.
Yes, perfect.
Our final deliverable, or more like pro advice, is that your project needs a wow factor. So make your project, your idea stand out. What will blow away your judges? What will change the world? What do you have that no one else has? Flex your skills, take a leap of faith. This is how winners are chosen.
Yeah. So where does this all go? When is it due?
All right.
Valid question.
Yeah, good question. Well, next week, we will send you all a link to your private Google folder to drop in your deliverables. So your presentation deck and your business model. Make sure that you have these in your folder by the time you are ready to present. You can't present without a presentation.
So true.
And again, the 30-second video will be submitted in a Google form that we will send out with your Google folder link. And when is this due? Thursday at 5
p.m.
All right. If you remember anything from this presentation, it's the theme and that the video is due Thursday at 5 p.m.
Yes.
All right. Lock that in.
So I know this is a lot to remember, especially if you're not taking notes, which you should be doing. So we will be sure to send you guys a startup cheat sheet with instructions on how to submit these deliverables. We'll make it really easy, but we'll send out those instructions, very, very soon next week.
Just be sure to follow them.
Yes.
All right. Sound good?
Wait, I have one question. How do I win?
Well, there's no secret recipe to winning, but we do have the ingredients. So you will be judged in 4 separate categories.
The judges will ask you guys these questions, or at least judge based off these questions. Is it a problem worth solving? We want you guys to create something that you're proud of, but that will also have impact.
And what is the unique value proposal or proposition? Does your solution solve the problem? Is it different? Your project should stand out.
Next, we ask, is it credible? The best solutions come from real research. Ask the right questions and find insights that lead to your decisions. Ask your mentors for help and attend these workshops that teach you how to do this.
And finally, again, the most important, the wow factor. This is how you become a startup legend. So make your project memorable. We've seen teams who have talked to 50+ people, teams who have already developed their project, teams who have made us cry, made us laugh, and captivated all of us with beautiful presentations. So what can you do that we haven't seen before? Blow our socks off.
Now, I know you guys are here because you just love getting no sleep for a week, building this on top of your midterms, really getting stressed before the night of presentation, right? Oh, maybe not, but the prizes definitely help make it worth it. So
let's start off with 3rd place, $500 per teammate.
That's crazy money.
That if you go to Wendy's, get a 5 for 5, that's 100 5 for 5s.
Yeah,
like
just about.
Woo. Next up.
Yes, next we have 2nd place with $750 per team member.
Woo.
This can buy a little more 5 for 5, that's for sure.
It's just growing. All right. And of course, 1st place, $1,000 per teammate.
Whoa.
That's
rent.
I mean, yeah, that'll pay my month of rent.
Yeah.
Let's get it. All right.
Next, we have our favorite prize, the fan favorite. We're changing it up a little this year. Fan favorite's going to get $250 per teammate and the incredible opportunity to have a portfolio review and meeting with multiple industry professionals from your favorite companies.
Have you ever been able to say that you got to talk to the creative lead or the VP or the founder of your favorite company? Well, maybe if you compete for this fan favorite prize, you'll get that opportunity. And finally, we have an amazing announcement. New to StartUp 2022.
We will be giving out an additional prize of $4,000 to someone with a passion-filled story. You will get the link to apply in your next email, and we all encourage you to do so. All you have to do for this is record a 1 to 2 minute video telling us your story about your passion.
We want to be moved by your story. Make us cry, make us laugh, make it a work of art. You are competing for a really big prize after all, and we are only picking the best.
You also need to complete Startup Week to apply for this award and at least have 1 quarter left at SCAD. Submit the video form by Tuesday, 11:59. That's earlier than the other video. This is a separate thing. Tuesday, 11:59.
Yep, and you only have to submit this if you want to apply for this award. It's not a requirement, but we do encourage you to do so. All right, I think we got through everything.
No, wait, what about the free stuff?
Oh my God, how could we forget? For our amazing participants, we have some free swag bags for you. All right, hold on. I think we need to get one and look through this.
Does someone have a swag bag on them?
All right, Art the Bee is getting us a swag bag.
Yes. Yes, please.
Art, come on in.
Show us the swag bag, Art.
Wow.
Wow.
What's inside?
Oh, there's stuff
Oh
inside.
my gosh. We get a little startup notebook. And it looks like some other goodies are in here as well.
Good for
Oh my
note taking.
gosh,
That's
here
for
you go,
sure.
Art. You can keep this. Everyone, a round of applause for Art.
Yes, Art. From 2 to 5, pick up your swag bags in the Arnold Hall Auditorium. We will be there, and so will the swag bags.
Yes, 2 to 5 Arnold Auditorium. We only have 300, so first come, first serve.
Yeah.
All right. Now for some parting words of advice. You are the only ones who know your limit. We challenge you to ask, to break barriers, to seek answers. So we'll ask you one more time. Where do we go from here? Bring it all to the table, all of what you learned here at SCAD, and we promise you will come out a different person. Reach out to your mentors, sign up for workshops, attend the panel, and
And have fun.
have fun.
Yes, have fun. Yes. Please DM our Instagram at SCAD Startup with any questions, and we'll get right back to you. If you want to drop questions in the chat, we'll also stay for 20 minutes, or yeah, as long as we'll have questions. So we can stay on, answer them now, but feel free to go. Startup has begun.
Yes, good luck, everyone.
Arts.
Bye, Art.
Awesome. So let's get some
All right.
questions. So we can actually have people host them live. We can
All
ask them.
So the video is separate from our team. So we have 2 videos. One is the 30-second video. That is going to be a deliverable. That's all about the project that your team has made. So like a little summary. And then the video for $4,000, the 1 to 2 minute video, is totally separate. That's independent, talking about your story. And again, we'll send you the link to apply for that.
Yeah. Again, this is something for one person. So we'll be giving out 2 $4,000 prizes to 2 people.
And if you have a teammate whose email doesn't work, please DM us on Instagram with that teammate's name and we'll figure it out.
Or email and reply to the email that we sent out yesterday with your team with the correct email.
Yes. When is the Unreal session?
Quint. 11:30.
So in about half an hour.
Yes.
All
All right. Let's see.
Woo! Oh, so many thank yous.
Oh, we can click Q&A. Ooh,
Oh my gosh,
there's 2 things.
okay. Let's get through the questions on the chat
Yeah, real
first.
quick.
All right. if this is your last quarter, are we still able to apply for the $4,000 award? So one of the requirements is that you do have to have at least one more quarter left in SCAD. The other requirements are the 1 to 2 minute video that'll make us laugh, make us cry,
Yes.
show your passion.
And then also to submit before the deadline, Tuesday, 11:59.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, panel time. Yes. Panel is at
12:30.
12:30. And
We have some amazing panelists to talk to.
yes.
All right. Yes, you heard correctly, $4,000.
Oh, separate. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
oh my God. Is there a link to apply? We'll be sending the link to apply for the 4,000.
The slideshow.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
recording, so we can send you all the recordings.
Mm-hmm.
If you already sent the video, can you do it again?
Yes, because
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like state that.
this is a
It's a
resubmission. Yeah.
Is there a list of teams and mentors that is available, or should we wait on that?
Oh, okay. You just
Okay.
got that. So check the
Savannah's
chat
got you.
there.
All right.
What about here? Just for that. Overall, we're creating a product or service. So to the question of overall, are we creating a product or service? It's really up to you. You have full creative reign. This is an opportunity to explore a new idea that you have or do something that you're more comfortable with.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen 4-minute videos,
Mhm.
we've seen products, we've seen services, nonprofits. Nothing is off the table here. Be creative, hone into your skills.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for the 1 to 2 minute video? If you get me to cry, I'll love you. No, but seriously, like, pour your heart out. These videos aren't going to be shared with anyone besides SCAD AMP, some SCAD Pro representatives, and some people in our team. So it will be private, and yeah, so you don't have to be worried about us putting you on the big screen and being like, look at this amazing video. You're good.
Yes, final presentations will be over Zoom. I know that was initially, it was a little confusing because we did switch up to virtual. Every presentation you do will be through Zoom.
So you can use your $4,000 for anything.
For anything. It is going to be happening next quarter. Startup, no. Startup is an annual competition always during winter quarter.
Yes, but Flux, the Flux Club, hop in our Discord, follow our Instagram. We do have a 24-hour challenge next quarter. It's not as intense. It's a little more laid back.
Yeah.
If you really like this, we suggest coming out for that.
Already got that.
By passion, can you explain a bit? I was confused about what exactly to say. Sure.
Mhm.
So my passions are, I really love to camp. I'm a really big traveler, and I also really love drawing, even though I'm a UX designer. So maybe I would talk about how I went on a 2-month road trip this summer with some of my best friends and why I chose that over an internship. I was passionate about it, and I followed my passion.
Yeah, absolutely. Just spill out we want your story to be heard. We want your personality to come through. Make us cry, make us laugh.
Right. Should we reach out to mentors individually or as a team? I would reach out as a team, list your names, be like, hi, we're Laura, Amadeus, Savannah, Andrew, and Varun, and we would love to set up a meeting later today. Easy as that. They are looking forward to your emails. Will this
Session link.
be emailed? Yeah, we can include the recording.
Will this session? Oh, yes.
Yes.
We can. Oh, yeah. But for the session link, yes, we will be sharing the session link. We'll put it on our Instagram. We'll put a link on our Instagram as well.
And again, you can use the $4,000 for anything you want. Anything.
Yes, is there any more?
Where can we find recordings for various sessions once they are over?
Is that going to be on the Flux YouTube, Quint? Sorry, you're fine. Sessions, the recordings, will they be
Recording on the website, on the YouTube.
on the website and on the YouTube? I'm not sure if you got that.
If you click on the learn more button, right now there's a big image that you'll see that'll turn into a video magically within a couple hours.
Ooh, awesome. So yeah, like let's see who can attend the most sessions. Like
Competition.
I think I signed up for 4 and I'm not even competing.
You get it.
Yes, let me grab the panel link for everybody. Mhm. Yes,
12:30.
12:30.
Yeah, so again, in the panel, we'll be talking to 4 alumni who have made it big in like, it was the tech industry, architecture industry,
Mhm.
film industry, like it's crazy good.
Yeah.
And they are also part of our judging panel.
Yes, these are also judges. So if you want a little bit of insight, we will be asking what they're looking for this. Okay. What just happened?
I think you have to respond in Q&A.
Oh. Well, let me put this. I'm going to put the link for everybody. The panels in the chat. And this will be sent out as well briefly after this.
What's the theme? We can just decide on whatever theme you want to focus. So the theme is where do we go from here? And you can take that any way you want.
We just need you guys to incorporate it somehow. So whether it's in the story for how you found your project, or it could be in the actual product itself or the service or whatever you design. Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Jeannie, thank you so
Jeannie.
much.
Yes. So copy the message that Jeannie just sent and fill in the blank, and boom, you have your email ready to be sent to your mentor.
Well,
does anyone have any more last minute questions? Like, I think we're pretty good.
Yes. Make sure you guys all know where to go if you have any more questions after
Yes.
this. Our Instagram @SCAD Startup. You can always check the website. Most of the information, if not all, should be there.
All right.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Well, from your 2 co-hosts, good
And
luck.
from the whole team, good luck.
All right, everyone. Good luck.